Shalom, Israel. Shalom, his brother Nashon, New Wine Congregation of Israel, coming at you with another edition of Law School. All right, first and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shas. In his name that we do all these classes, Lord willing, be edifying to the nation of Israel, right? So I'm going to jump right into it, all right? This is Genesis chapter 9, right? We left off on 8. The ark has docked, all right, on Mount Ararat. You know, Noah sent out the dove. It brought back the olive branch, and then it was just gone. All right, so Mount Ararat is where it docked at, and now we're finna see what happens next. Let me shut this one down. All right, so I'm gonna go right into it. Right, Genesis chapter 9, and I'm gonna start at verse 1. Right. So Genesis 9 and 1, it says the heading here, covenant of the rainbow. All right, covenant of the rainbow. All right, so we're gonna get into some things in this class, man. Where the rainbow comes from, what does it mean? You know, even though it's been taken from one thing and made into something new now. All right, we're gonna see what the purpose that the Most High had for it was. All right, so it says, and Yahweh blessed Noah and his sons and said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth, fill the earth up again. All right, because why? Everybody had been wiped off the face of the planet. Everybody was killed by the flood, except Noah, his sons, and their wives. All right, and the animals that the Lord instructed Noah to bring into the ark. It says, and the fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth. All right, so he told Noah, look, you're gonna have dominion over all the beasts of the earth. All right, you're gonna have the fear of you on all these animals. All right, that's the way it's supposed to be. That's the way it's supposed to be. When we go out into the wilderness or in these forests and encounter animals, they supposed to be in fear of us. You're supposed to see a bear, and that bear's supposed to be in fear of you, not you be in fear of the bear. All right, or the snake. All right, or whatever it is that you come across. All right, so we can see something real quick. Yeah, let's keep going. All right, it says, and the fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every fowl of the air, upon all that moveth upon the earth, and upon all the fishes of the sea. Into your hand are they delivered. So the Lord's like, look, they yours to do what you want with, right? They delivered unto you, right? He's also gonna give instructions to Noah that he can eat these animals. In verse 3, it says, every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you, even as the green herb have I given you all things. All right, so the Lord said, look, now you can start eating animals. Before this, they only ate plants. All right, they didn't eat animals. Let me go back in time a little bit to refresh. Genesis chapter 1. I want to say it's 24. Let me see. 29. It says, and God and Yahweh said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat. So back then, before the flood, we were vegans. All right, we were vegans. We didn't eat any type of meat. So after the flood is a new precedent being given. Let's go back to Genesis 9. The Lord said, I'm giving you all these animals. You can eat those animals now. All right. You can eat those animals. All right. Let's keep going. It says, but flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, shall ye not eat. Can't eat blood. Cannot. You gotta cook the food. All right. You gotta cook the food. You can't eat blood. Now, it's understood, or at least it should be understood, that yes, Noah could eat the animals, but he could eat clean animals, not the unclean animals. Remember the Lord, when he told Noah to bring the animals into the ark, he said, bring clean ones and unclean ones. Now, it's to be understood that the Lord, when he said you can eat all these animals, all things, he's not talking about the unclean animals as well. He's telling Noah, look, you can eat the clean animals, right? Let's keep going. But you can't eat any animal that's not cooked. All right. You have to cook that food, drain that blood out of that animal. Right. No raw meat, no rare meat. It says, ye shall not eat, and surely your blood of your lives will I require. At the hand of every beast will I require it, and at the hand of man, and at the hand of every man's brother will I require the life of man. So he letting them know, like, blood is sacred. Blood belongs to the Lord. That's how we worship the God of the Bible, with blood. All right. That's why you can't eat blood. You can't get blood transfusions. Blood is the life, right? That in which we worship, in which how we worship the Most High God, right? Let me get this life for KJV. Let me go to Exodus real quick. All right, Exodus chapter 23, and I'm gonna Exodus 21 and verse 23. All right, it says, and if any mischief follow, then thou shalt give life for life. So, you know, this is going into, of course, when if you was to get in a fight and you hit a pregnant woman and that baby died, right? Mischief following means she had a miscarriage, right? It says if that baby died because of what you did, you gotta die. Life for life, blood for blood, right? Eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot, burning for burning, wound for wound, strike for strike. All right, so that's how the Lord works. Let me go back. Let me get this in Hebrews. All right, I pull this one off, and all praises to the Most High. Hebrews chapter 9 and verse 24 or 22. It says, and almost all things are by the law purged with blood, and without shedding of blood is no remission. Right? So it's gotta, that's how you worship Yahweh, with blood. All right, blood for blood. The blood that we go through now is the blood of the King, the blood of the Lamb, the blood of Yahweh Shah. All right, so verse 5 again in Genesis, it says, and surely your blood of your lives will I require. At the hand of every beast will I require it, and at the hand of man, and at the hand of every man's brother will I require the life of man. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. For in the image of God made he man. So when you kill your brother, you murder your brother, you murder your sister. That's like chiefly you murdering God. It's like you murdering the Most High. Of course, the Most High can't die, right? It's like, of course, the Most High cannot be killed, but that's what he explaining to you. I made man in my image. So you don't need to be murdering each other. All right. It says, and you be ye fruitful and multiply, bring forth abundantly in the earth and multiply therein. Have sex, make some children. All right. Bring forth abundantly. We still supposed to be doing that, having children. All right. Bringing forth abundantly. Have man. Have as many kids as you can have. That's a blessing to have children. I know the times we living in, it can be scary. You know what I mean? But it's good to bring forth children, man. It's good to bring forth children. It says, and Yahweh spake unto Noah. Man, matter of fact, let me get something on that. Let me go to the book of Psalms. It's good to have children, man. It's a big thing now where our people don't want to have kids, man. One kid, that's it. A boy and a girl. Right? What the Lord say? Psalms 127 and verse 3. Lo, children are an heritage of the Lord, and the fruit of the womb is his reward. All right. So children are a heritage. That's our culture, having a lot of children. Right. What did Rachel say? She said, give me children lest I die. She understood that to not have kids was a reproachful thing, an embarrassing thing, because that's what women are created to do. That's what they're created to do, have children. That's why they have a womb and ovaries and the reproductive organs that they do have, so that a baby can be harvested in their body. All right, it says, and the fruit of the womb is his reward. When you get blessed with a child, you get your rib pregnant, that's a reward from the Most High. So we have to change our mindset, man. Let me get another precept real quick. Let me go to Romans 12. All right, in America, they teach us, it's not good to have a lot of kids. Oh, you got 6 kids. Oh, dang. They look at that as a bad thing, right? The Lord said this, verse 1 in Romans 12, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto Yahweh, which is a reasonable service. And how do you do that? Be not conformed to this world. Part of making your body a living sacrifice is not being conformed to the way that this world is, not being like the nations. Stop being an American. Stop thinking like America, because that's not our culture. That's not the heritage that the Most High God gave to us, man. Right? It says, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. See, Paul knew that we had gotten into the ways of the Romans, the ways of the Greeks, right? The ways of the Assyrians, the ways of the nations. Paul knew that it was commonplace to think like a Roman. All right. So he said, but be ye transformed. So we got to transform our minds today. Nobody can be in this truth without having to transform themselves from how they used to think. It's impossible, right? It says, how that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. See, when you transform yourself, you're gonna prove to the world that the Most High knows what's best for us by the way that you live, right? By when people gonna see, people will say, oh, they'll hear at least, oh, you got a lot of kids, right? But if they see your family and you got all these kids and they all in order, they see you, brother might have multiple wives and they all in order. They all, this brother's whole family is in order. You can't deny that that's beautiful. Is it gonna be hard? Is it hard? Is it hard to achieve that? Absolutely. But is the end result worth it? Definitely worth it. All right, because how you're gonna bring glory to the Most High God by doing that. But of course, everybody has to know and understand and be willing to play in their role. All right. So having kids is a good thing. That's a great thing. All right. All right. Let's go back to Psalms. Let me finish that. Psalms 127 and verse 4. It says, as arrows are in the hand of a mighty man, so are children of the youth. All right. So it's like a weapon, having children. All right. Having a bunch of kids is like a weapon. It says, happy is the man that have his quiver full of them. They shall not be ashamed, but they shall speak with the enemies in the gate. So it's a good thing to have kids, man. It's like having a quiver full of arrows, just pulling them out. And I mean, it's hard to fight against that, man. It's one thing if I know the truth, but it's a whole nother thing if I got a son and I raise him up and he know the truth. You could take me out, you could lock me up, I could get sick, die, but my son coming right up behind me. You can't beat that, man. My daughter, she in order. You can't make her out of a whore or a thought because she know better. You can't beat me. You understand? It's a bunch of me. How you gonna beat me and it's a bunch of me? You understand? That's what the Lord is telling us, man. So it's a good thing to be fruitful and to multiply, right? Let's go back to Genesis 9. All right. So in 7, he said, and you be ye fruitful and multiply, bring forth abundantly in the earth and multiply therein. And Yahweh spake unto Noah and to his sons with him, saying, and I, behold, I establish my covenant with you and with your seed after you. So the Most High, like, look, you be fruitful and I'm going to establish a covenant. I'm going to make a promise to y'all. Right? Let's see what it is. It says, and with every living creature that is with you, of the fowl, of the cattle, and of every beast of the earth with you, from all that go out of the ark to every beast of the earth. And I will establish my covenant with you. Neither shall all flesh be cut off anymore by the waters of a flood. So he's like, I'll never flood the earth with water again the way that I just did. I'll never do that again to y'all. All right. It says, neither shall there any more be a flood to destroy the earth. And Yahweh said, this is the token of the covenant which I make between me and you and every living creature that is with you for perpetual generations. All right. He said, I do set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be for a token of a covenant between me and the earth. So the rainbow, let's get an image of a rainbow. All right, let's get a real image. Now that look like a real rainbow. I've seen double rainbows like that in real life. I've seen double ones in real life. All praises to the Most High. This looked like a real picture. Right? The Lord said, this rainbow, that's what that means. When you see that rainbow, that's the Most High reminding us that he made a covenant with us that he'll never destroy the earth with water again. And you usually see a rainbow after it rain. So you can imagine, you just gotta get in the mindset of the people at that time, right? Keep in mind, before the flood, it had never rained. It had never rained before, ever. That was the first time it had ever rained. So when it rained again, how you think they felt? They probably was scared as hell. You know what I'm saying? The next time they felt a drop of rain fall out the sky, they was probably scared. They was probably traumatized, man. The last time they felt a drop of water fall from the sky, the whole earth got destroyed. So that usually you'll see a rainbow after the rain or during rain. Okay. And so that's the Most High letting us know, yeah, it's raining, but I'm not going to destroy the earth. Hey, we should, when you think about it, when it rains, man, you should really be in awe, because that's the Most High letting us know, I could destroy y'all. I could flood this place right now, man. I ain't going to do it, But this rain falling on y'all should let y'all know that I could wipe y'all out. That's how we should feel when we see it rain. Like, dang, the Lord could just make it rain and it not stop for 40 days and 40 nights. And it be 22 feet high of water everywhere. He could do that, you know what I'm saying? So you just got, I like to, when I read the Bible, to try to like put myself in the mindset of how they was thinking at that time. Now it rain, you know, it's like normal. Oh, it's raining outside, you know, it is what it is type of thing. But back then, for it to rain, they probably, the next time it rained on the earth, I'm sure, you know, Noah and them was kind of like, you know what I'm saying, just kind of just probably nervous as hell, man. But the Lord said, what? I do set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be for a token of a covenant between me and the earth. All right. So that's what the rainbow is for. That's the purpose of the rainbow. It's a promise, like almost like a promise ring, you know, but it's a bow, of course. But it's a sign that the Most High ain't gonna destroy the earth with water no more. Now it's a symbol for LGBTQ, you know, which is ridiculous. The Most High is not pleased with that at all, you know. Let me get a precept on that. Right, we pray for our brothers, you know, and our sisters that's got that spirit on them, that, you know, the Most High willing that they can repent, man. I've seen, you know, some people come out of that spirit, man, and to see it, you know, a lot of time we can kind of get it kind of have a tendency to be more condescending towards our brothers and sisters that deal with that spirit. But that's fornication. It's just fornication, you know, not to lighten the sin, but it's fornication. It's just as bad as you sleeping with another man's wife, or it's just as bad as laying with your woman on her cycle, or it's just as bad as you laying down with an animal. It's fornication, you know. So we kind of be a little bit more condescending on our brothers and sisters that deal with that, you know. But it's just as bad as any other sin, you know. Romans 1:23, it says, and change. It says, and change the, let me get this. Verse 25, it says, who changed the truth of God into a lie? Right. So the rainbow has been, like I said, taken for a signal to emblem to signify that one is LGBTQ, a part of that community. But that is a lie. That's not why the Most High made that rainbow. All right. It says, and worshiped and served the creature more than the creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. So, you know, that shouldn't be so. You're serving man more than you serving the Most High. You taking what the Most High made and you turning it into something that's wicked. And we ought not to do that, man. All right, let me get this precept, though. Yeah, James, I want to, because that's on my spirit right now since I was talking about it. James chapter 2 and verse 10. All right. I'm gonna start at 9. It says, but if ye have respect to persons, ye commit sins and are convinced of the law as transgressors. So, like I said, man, we kind of tend to get on, you know, somebody that is maybe in that LGBTQ community or dealing with that spirit. I say we'll get on them a little harder than we would somebody that broke the Sabbath, or somebody that ain't got fringes on. You know, we'll kind of get on them harder, but that's respect of persons. What the Bible says, it says, verse 10, for whosoever shall keep the whole law and yet offend in one point, he is guilty of all. All right. If you break the Sabbath, that's just like laying with somebody of the same sex. It's the same thing. It's sin. You know what I'm saying? It's in verse 11. For he that said, do not commit adultery, said, do not kill. Now, if thou commit no adultery, yet if thou kill, thou art become a transgressor of the law. Right? So speak ye, and so do as they that shall be judged by the law of liberty. So if you be like, I ain't commit no adultery, I ain't eat no pork, but you murmuring, you guilty of all of that. You know what I'm saying? You guilty of it all. So it's important to have things in the proper perspective, man. Understanding that, first of all, none of us are righteous. You know what I'm saying? We have the righteous, Yahweh Shai, the righteous. You know what I mean? He only is righteous. Understanding first that none of us are righteous, man. And because we have been blessed enough to be woken up out of sleep, to know and be aware of our sin, that don't make us no better than the person that's still asleep. Yeah, the scriptures say the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but that's talking about Yahweh Shai. We ain't righteous. We're made righteous through his righteousness. You understand? We righteous through his righteousness, right? Because his blood covers us. We okay. Just like the way that lamb's blood shielded you from that death angel in Egypt. That's the way that the blood of Yahweh Shai is shielding us from the death angel today. So it ain't us. You know what I'm saying? We have to keep that in mind, man. Right? So let's go back to Genesis 9. So that's the purpose of the rainbow, right? Verse 14, it says, and it shall come to pass when I bring a cloud over the earth, that the bow shall be seen in the cloud. It says, and I will remember my covenant, which is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh. And the water shall no more become a flood to destroy all flesh. Now it's still flood. It still definitely floods in some places, but the Lord say, I never use it to destroy all the earth. Let me get that in the book Psalms chapter 29. It definitely still floods, man. Psalms 29 and verse 10. Right? The Lord sitteth upon the flood. Yea, the Lord sitteth king forever. So the Most High is who creates floods in the earth. It places, his whole cities that get wiped out by floods. Albany, Georgia, you know, that's places notorious for flood. And it's like, the whole city is a flood zone, you know. So I remember growing up seeing that place flood all the time. You know what I mean? So it definitely still floods in places. You know, not too long ago in Valdosta, yeah, parts of the city that flooded on the east side. Primarily on the east side and south side, it flooded over there, you know. So it definitely does still flood, and when it floods in a place, guess you got to know that that's the Most High that's doing that. But he said, I'll never flood the whole earth again to destroy all flesh. All right. Let's keep going. Verse 16, it says, and the bow shall be in the cloud, and I will look upon it, that I may remember the everlasting covenant between Yahweh and every living creature of all flesh that is upon the earth. And God said, and Yahweh said unto Noah, this is the token of the covenant which I have established between me and all flesh that is upon the earth. So at that time, the Most High showed Noah a rainbow. That's why he said, this is the token of the covenant. He, at this verse, at this time while he's speaking, he's showing him a rainbow. All right. It says, and the sons of Noah that went forth from the ark were Shem and Ham and Japheth. And Ham is the father of Canaan. Now, I point out this part for a reason, because it's going to say some things about Ham, right? It says, these are the three sons of Noah, and of them was the whole earth overspread. So no matter who you are today, you come from one of those men, Shem, Ham, or Japheth. That's who everybody on the earth come from. Shem, Ham, and Japheth. All right. Let's keep going. It says, and Noah began to be a husbandman. All right. And he planted a vineyard. All right. So that's multifold. Noah got to work. Soon as he got out that ark, he began to be a husbandman. He got to work. He began to teach the Bible. All right. He began to teach the laws of God. Soon as he got off the ark and he planted a vineyard, right? He started planting the chosen lineage of the Lord again. He started teaching those people. All right. It says, and he drank of the wine and was drunken, and he was uncovered within his tent. That's another lesson for another day. I ain't gonna get into all that. It says, and Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father and told his two brethren without. So Ham went in and seen his father naked, right? And went and told his brothers, Daddy in there naked. All right, let's keep going. It says, and Shem and Japheth took a garment and set and laid it upon both their shoulders and went backward. They went backward. Why? So that they didn't see their father naked. So, growing up, you as a kid, your mom or your dad, they might walk out and just see you, just let you just see them be naked. Okay, that is off. Your children aren't supposed to see you naked. That's off. You're not supposed to do that. All right. That's why I said they walk backward. You be like, oh, I got boys. They can see me naked. We got the same thing. Or your mama, oh, I just got daughters. We all got the same thing. They can see me naked. That's off. That is a sin. You're not supposed to see the nakedness of your mother or your father. All right. You're not supposed to see each other naked. All right. So they went in backward and covered the nakedness of their father, and their faces were backward, and they saw not their father's nakedness. All right. It says, and Noah awoke from his wine and knew what his younger son had done unto him. So when he woke up, he knew already. The Lord put the spirit on him to understand and know that your son been in here gazing at you, man, while you was naked. All right. It says, and he said, cursed be who? Canaan. So he cursed Canaan. He didn't curse Ham. He cursed Canaan. It says, a servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren. So we touched on that. I think it was in law school, Genesis chapter 2. All right, with the serpent and all of that. We touched in there. We went into it in great detail about how Canaan would be cursed in the kingdom. They would be servants to servants. They're gonna be servants to even the heathen nations in the kingdom. All right. It says, go back and watch that if you didn't get that. Genesis chapter 2. If it's either part 1 or part 2. But we got into that in much detail. I ain't gonna do it now because of the sake of time. I gotta keep this within an hour. All right. But verse 26, it says, and he said, blessed be the Lord God of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. God shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem, meaning Japheth is going to dwell and be under the tutelage or rulership of Shem. All right. And Canaan shall be his servant. So Canaan going to be a servant to Shem and to Japheth. All right. So he going to be a servant of servants. And Noah lived after the flood 350 years. So that's how you know Noah was teaching during this time. It was a lot of people born during Noah's life after the flood, 350 years after the flood. All right. 350 years after the flood. He was 600 years old when he went in the ark. All right. It says, and all the days of Noah were 950 years, and he died. So Noah lived 950 years. So, most High willing, you was able to get something out of that. All right. Short chapter. Like I said, I had to keep that within the hour. I got time left, but all praises to the Most High. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. All right. In the next chapter, we get into the descendants. I had it backwards last law school. I was looking at this chapter. Next chapter, chapter 10, we get into the descendants, all right, and who comes from who, and the the lineage of all the peoples of the earth, all right. And there's some interesting stuff in that chapter, all right. Interesting stuff dealing with the names and what they mean and whatnot. All right, so I'm gonna sign off, man. Most High willing, you got something out of the class. Brother Nashan with New Wine Congregation of Israel. Most High willing, we'll have Real Time Prophecy Thursday at 7 o'clock. All right. And then we'll come back for another class Sunday at 7, most high willing. All right, Brother Nashan, New Wine Congregation of Israel, signing off. Kwam Yasha.